Hello, Kryptonians. This is Jonathan from the Daily Kryptonian, and I am beyond excited to bring you on this adventure an adventure of Superman cosplay. That's right, 2 years ago, I decided to join Gique Fitness and get cosplay ready for Superman in July 2025. I want to look the part, be the part. I want you all to be on this journey with me. So every episode, we're going to be sitting down with cosplayers. We're going to sit down with artists. We're going to sit down with nerds. So many special guests are going to join us, and they're going to tell me how to be a great Superman cosplay. This is going to be the time to let everyone out there know if you want to do cosplay, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. I'm so excited to bring this to you. So let's get the show going. And episode 1 is going to be with my trainer. So help me welcome Andy Thor of Oz. Hey Andy, how you doing? How's
Hey brother,
everything?
I'm good. I'm good. How you doing?
Good, good. How are the streets of Australia doing? Thank you for coming all the way from Australia.
Yeah, no worries, man. Thanks for having me on. No, it's
Of
a sunny
course.
day here in Australia today, so pretty keen to
I
get
was gonna
outside and get some vitamin D after
uh
my gym session.
uh that gym session. Just don't tell my
Yeah.
trainer I haven't gone to the gym yet, but I'm gonna get to the gym. Uh, but yeah, thank you for coming. And you're a special first guest because you were the start and the first person that I even ever told that I wanted to do Superman cosplay. You were there from the beginning. You are there from the ups, the downs. Whenever I reach out, you're always there. As you can tell, you're always there. So I want to thank you for that. And thank you for putting all the time and hard work that you do to make sure your clients, uh, the clients, but you're like family now. I feel like your clients become family. Thank you for all you do for that.
Oh, man, I'm grateful to have been on your journey, honestly, and to be here as a guest on your podcast, brother. So
Yeah,
congratulations on this.
thank you very much.
Um, and yeah, you mentioned like family, and
Mhm,
I think that's what we are. We're a community. We're a family,
mhm.
and we support each other in any way we can. So it's an absolute pleasure, like I said, for you to have trust and faith in just my guidance, mate. So thank you.
And I think that's one thing that the comic community sometimes, at least for me growing up into the comic community, sometimes we feel alone. But what I learned even through Geek Fitness, which Geek Fitness guys is the organization I joined with Andy, who is a personal trainer on there, and you guys really make us feel like we are a family, that you're never alone. There's always going to be someone. It's such a I just left New York Comic Con and I left thinking we are such a cool freaking community.
Mm.
Everybody has each other's backs. You're walking down, you see Thor, which you cosplay as Thor, and he's high-fiving. So cosplayers, there is a journey there, right? You guys start somewhere. So where did you start with, and who do you cosplay if nobody has understood? Gotten it from what I've said already, but who do you cosplay as and where did your journey start?
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, I guess if we go back before my journey started,
Mhm.
I used to play a lot of video games, and I used to eat a lot of unhealthy food, basically. So that's kind of my background. You know, I grew up watching movies and, like I mentioned, playing games. And I was interested in pop culture, but I had a pretty unbalanced lifestyle, you could say. And that was about 20 years ago, before I discovered health and fitness.
Mhm.
Um, and I got heavily involved in health and fitness. You know, I started to eat right. I started to exercise. Um, and then I was actually interested in professional wrestling. Um,
Oh wow.
so I was training and doing some of that,
Mhm.
and I grew my hair out. And then
Oh,
I
man.
started getting comments that I look like Thor. So
Oh.
initially I was like, "Who the hell is Thor?" I had no idea who he was. You know, I knew Superman, I knew Batman,
Yeah,
I knew all the common favorites, but
yeah.
I wasn't really into into Marvel or any of the comics.
Mm.
And then around about the time when the movies started coming out, you know, the Marvel movies, that's when I really started to switch on and go, okay, there's a whole, you know, superhero theme here, and I guess I do look like a little bit like Thor. So I
Mm.
looked into it, and that's how I discovered cosplay and comic conventions and the whole beautiful, wonderful, wacky world of cosplays and
Oh
comic
yeah,
conventions. So
amazing.
yeah, attended my first con, and Marvel was there promoting all the films.
Oh, yeah.
They were,
And they
they
were
were on
probably
a
like, "Is
big
that Chris
mission.
Hemsworth there? What's Chris Hemsworth? He didn't tell us he was showing up."
Yeah, where is he? Where is he? What? Um, well, the marketing head from Disney was actually at one of the conventions, and
Uh-huh.
she was like, "Would you want to do this as a job, like dressing up as Thor?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah,
So that's like
heck
the
yeah,
short version of how it all happened.
yeah.
I made my own costume, went to a comic convention, and
Oh wow,
that was
your
like,
costumes are amazing. So you made them all is crazy.
thanks, brother. Well, I can't take all the credit for them because I actually
Oh.
had people help me make them.
Mhm.
I did make my first one, but
Okay.
I commissioned
Mhm.
the one that I normally wear now, and
Okay.
that was like 10 years ago. So it
Mhm.
10 years have gone by of
Mhm.
doing the whole Thor thing.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
but here we are.
That's
You
cool.
know,
Yeah, and then here we are now.
here we are with Gique Fitness. We
Yeah.
created a community of people who are into their cosplay and conventions.
Mhm.
We're an online community, so you know we might not be able to meet in person at conventions, but we have the online presence,
Mhm.
so that's really cool. But we're just a bunch of people who share our
Mhm.
love for pop culture and fitness and
And
health, basically.
yeah, and a lot of people will always message me, "Wow, your trainer's in Australia. What the heck? How do you guys do it?" And it works. I mean, I don't know. It works. And the cool thing about you specifically is how you will travel pretty much the world, but you've traveled and done a world tour around America or American tour, and you meet
Mm.
your clients, face to face. We do everything virtually. You're always there if we have like to text you about something or questions. We're videoing us in the gym. And we send it back to you, and you're videoing back. So it really is a virtual community. But the best thing about you, I can't speak for the other trainers because I don't work with them. I was lucky enough to get you, is that you literally come and fly from Australia. When I was in New York, you flew to New York. When I moved to California, you came to California. And it's just so cool. And that's how we make it work. And once a week, Thor, I'm going to call you Thor because you're Thor in my eyes.
Yeah, right.
Once a week, we meet virtually, and we have, a 15-20 minute where we just kind of talk. It's like a therapy session. I'm Greek, so I go on rants, and poor Andy has to listen to me just talk, 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 talk. But you're always listening, you're always hearing us, and you always have the advice. And if you don't have it right then and there, you're doing research for us and messaging, which is such a cool part of Geek Fitness. So if you're out there, you want to start that journey, definitely reach out to Andy Thor of Oz on Instagram. The links below are all of his tags for Instagram and any social medias that he has, and Geek Fitness. So have you ever met Chris Hemsworth in the flesh, in person?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the first time I met him was at Supernova Comic Convention,
Oh,
and that was in 2017. So he was brought over as a guest. I think he was
and he's
filming one of the
Australian,
Avengers
right?
movies. Yeah, Hemsworth. Yeah,
He's
he's
in
he's an Aussie.
Australia. He's an
He's an
Aussie.
Aussie, yeah, mate.
Good old Aussie.
Um, I think he was filming one of the Avengers, and they flew him over to
Mhm.
Sydney, especially for
Wow.
that.
Oh, so cool.
And I also was lucky enough to be brought up as a guest as well. So that's where we first met.
Oh, that's cool.
Um, he had all his pre-sold signings to do. So I think he
Mhm.
had so many signings sold that he had to have a photo or a signing every 6 seconds. So he was very busy that day. But I
Yeah,
managed to get a few minutes with him backstage, and then
so cool.
yeah, we had a bit of a chat. That was awesome. I was in costume
Mhm.
as well.
So cool.
I'm sure he thought
Mhm.
that I was a bit of a fan. first off when he saw me. But then I've seen him at other events as well, like his red carpets and things, movie premieres and
Which is
stuff.
cool.
So yeah,
So
so
cool. And when
it's
you wear
amazing. The opportunities I've had, doing this is incredible, man. I'm
cool,
so grateful. Yeah.
I mean, you've met recently because you do at conventions a hammer challenge where you have to hold.
We got the Thor Hammer Challenge. Yep.
Yes, which
Yep.
I somehow have not done
We
yet.
haven't
Which
done
is
it yet, bro.
great. No, my arms are. I'm training. I'm training to get to it.
We're getting there.
But
We're getting there. Yeah.
yeah, you've had cool like Nightwing, the actor who played Nightwing, I think, do the challenge, right? You've had people come up to your tables
Yeah.
and as you're
Yeah.
dressed,
Yep. We've had a few celebs come up and do it.
which is cool.
It's fantastic. Again, like that's just
Yeah.
one of the things I'm grateful for, to go to these comic conventions as a guest as well, and have the Gique Fitness booth now. That's a way that we can promote health and fitness in the community, and have the help of some of these celebrities to do that. So yeah, we come up with that fun little
cool.
hammer challenge. We hold the hammer out straight arm. The hammer weighs about 5 kilos or around about 12 pounds.
But every video that I see you post looks hard. It looks so hard.
Well, I mean, to hold it there, even to get your arm out is a bit of a challenge. But for some people to hold it a couple of minutes, I think our record is 6 minutes and 6 seconds that someone held it for. Wow. 6 minutes and 6 seconds. Wow. Yeah, with a stretched out arm. It's just incredible.
I think I've seen a video and you're just standing there like this, like nothing's bothering you. And
acting like it's really light.
And the person next to you is like, drop it.
But deep inside, I'm like, I've got to make it look like it's light, and it's actually killing my shoulder.
Yeah. But also the cool thing about, and I saw this again recently at New York Comic Con, is when you do dress up, I realized that so many little new nerds come on up and they run up to you, from 2 years old to 25 years old to 28 years old. But how is it when kids come up to you and look up to you and want a picture, and you're creating their dream of meeting that character pretty much as a cosplayer?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the best. They're so, like, kids, they need a childhood. They need to have that dream, and that just if we can suspend reality for a little while for the kids, that's a fantastic. When they get to a certain age, they realize, I know what life's all about now. But it's just magic for them to be involved in this sort of stuff as well. So you want to put in the effort for them so that they can have those amazing times and those dreams come true, I guess. Yeah.
Do they come up to you and they're like, "Oh, I want a picture with him, mom, dad"?
Yeah. I mean,
they do. Yeah.
Mostly that's who I get.
That's what it is.
Coming up to me for photos.
I mean, I run up to you too, and I'm like,
well, we take selfies. Yeah, gotta get the selfie, man. Gotta get it for the gram.
Which is so
but
cool.
Yeah, I've done heaps of events, with kids parties and charities. And,
oh, that's cool. Yeah.
I worked with Make-A-Wish Foundation as well, which was really rewarding. That's amazing. So yeah,
very rewarding. And now with Gique Fitness, are you guys all over? If I wanted to join and I live in the UK, could I join?
Yeah, we're worldwide.
Gique Fitness?
Yep. No matter
worldwide.
Where you are,
as long as you got a phone. What's the worldwide?
Yep. As long as you got a phone, you can get our app.
Okay.
We can customize the programs, and you can join the community. Like, anyone can join. Yeah, we're not exclusive.
Would they reach out to you, or do they reach out to the Gique Fitness, like the Instagram to DM? How do they?
Best place would be the Instagram.
The Instagram.
Gique Fitness Instagram. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. All right.
And from there, you can see our members. You can see some of our posts. You can see some of our coaches as well. We've got a number of coaches on board.
Okay.
I'm one of them. So yeah, that's probably the best place to find us. Yeah, on good old Instagram.
And let me tell you guys, it was one of the best decisions I've ever made. I started at 280 pounds about 2 years ago. Well, 2 years ago now. Oh, geez, we're getting old. And as of this morning, we just had our 15-minute, discussion. And as of this morning, I'm 221. I've lost a lot of weight, but I feel more confident. He's built so much confidence in me. Uh, I about 6 months ago decided to move all the way from New York and come to California, and I really don't think I could have done that either without, the support of Andy and Gique Fitness. And even when I moved to LA, I knew nobody, not one person. But through Gique Fitness and through Andy, he was able to introduce me to people who now, I consider friends, whether it be Mike, who is part of Gique Fitness as well. You'll sometimes see him as Star Lord, or, other people around the community. And it really is more than, of course, the main task is fitness and health, but it becomes more than that, where you build your confidence. Really, I'm learning it doesn't matter what that scale says, it matters how you feel and what you take out of it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think
Your story inspires me, man. Like, honestly,
uh,
to be part of your journey as well, to see you go from New York City to LA, it's a massive move. Like, that's across the
yeah.
country. You
Oh,
started a
yeah.
new life, and it really is just amazing to see, mate. So, believe it or
Thank
not,
you.
you talk about me helping you out.
Oh, yeah.
You inspire me, and that helps
Oh, thank you.
move me
Thank
forward
you.
as well. So that's what I get out of it,
Thank you.
is just watching, being on everyone's journey, and
Thank
maybe at times lifting people up,
you.
but also being lifted up as well myself,
Mhm.
and to so that everyone can go on the journey
Yeah.
together and raise each other up. So
And a lot of people ask me, which, thank you, by the way, thank you for saying my, thank you. But a lot of people ask me when I post, because I keep my Kryptonians, the people that follow me, updated with my process, and they'll comment or DM me, and they say, "Oh my God, what kind of diet is this? And what are you on? What is the plan?" And the first thing I tell them, it's not a diet. I've been on diets since I was probably 8 years old. I've always been a chunkster. Throughout the years. They put me on Weight Watch, so many different diets. Nothing would work until I met, and joined Gique Fitness, because it wasn't a diet. And I tell them it's a lifestyle change. My
mm.
whole life changed, everything, my routines changed. My diet did change, but in a healthier way. And there was certain advice he gave me, because I love Reese's Pieces and peanut butter cups and all this stuff. And there's moderation. I'm learning moderation. And, when you came to LA and we went to the candy store, I was like, oh my God, let's go to the candy store. This is
Yeah.
amazing. But can you share the program that you create? Is the programs different between the trainers?
Well,
Kind of what is,
it's 100% customized to everyone,
yeah.
and what we did together,
Mhm.
you mostly, I just guided you, but it was
Mhm.
just incremental changes in habits and
Mhm.
some changes to your lifestyle. So, you mentioned about the Reese's cups and the candy and
Oh
stuff. You
yeah.
haven't eliminated everything. You've just made
No,
some
yeah.
better choices. Yeah. And
Yeah.
over time, we've gotten better and better and better, and good
Mhm.
habits have stuck, and some not so
Mhm.
great habits have
Mhm.
stopped, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So it's not like I had this cookie cutter plan that
Mhm.
you got,
Mhm.
both with nutrition and training. It
Mhm.
was starting from a place and understanding where we're at, and then
Mhm.
working together to incrementally change things for the better. So
Right.
that's what it has been. Yeah.
And as somebody who was always nervous to go to the gym, because I was
Mm.
nervous people were going to watch me, or, I was going to mess up, that also gave me the confidence, because you guys literally laid out a whole workout plan, because I would never know what to even do. I would walk in and be like, okay, I'll go
Yeah.
walk on the treadmill. I don't know. What do
Yeah.
I do? But you created this plan where, we're lifting weights. You record yourself with, your team members on how to do it. And then you get into the gym. You're like, okay, this is how you do it. And you can even bring you to the gym, because you're watching the video on your phone. And,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm recording. And it also built that confidence to want to go to the gym, because I
That's
knew what I
so
was going to
awesome to
do
hear.
before. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. And those videos you talk about, which
Yeah.
are inside the app, I actually filmed a lot of those during COVID, when
Oh, wow.
no one could go to the gym. So
Yeah.
fortunately, I had a gym in my living room where I
Oh, wow.
recorded geez, I
Wow.
want to say over 100 different exercises and programs to do
Wow.
for that purpose. So that, you
Yeah.
know, if you needed guidance, if you're in the
Hmm.
gym alone and you didn't want to ask anyone or talk to
Hmm.
anyone, you could just
Good.
open up the app, open
Yeah.
up the exercise, and there we are
And
explaining how to do it. So,
you even set up for at home workouts and
yep.
then in gym workouts. And you, when I told you I was traveling to New York or I was traveling overseas to
Hmm.
visit my family in Greece, you're like, okay, here are these at-home workouts. You can do it. And you even recorded those. And I'm in my room. And, you know, my mom used to me eating Cheetos in my room, hiding and then shoving it. But she came in and I was doing front, you know, I was working out. What's going on? What happened to Jonathan? What happened to you?
Where's
And I
John?
was
What have you
like,
done
yeah.
with him?
I was like, it's all Superman, you know, and so,
Yeah.
but,
That
um,
that is awesome.
yeah,
So with all my travel that I've done
yeah.
over the years, I needed something to do while I was on the road as well. I couldn't always
Mhm.
get to the gym, so I started getting creative and
Mhm.
just with my personal training knowledge came up with some
Mhm.
exercises and routines I could do
Mhm.
anywhere, anytime, basically without any equipment.
Right.
So yeah, and those are the sorts of things that
Mhm.
I'll customize into people's programs as
Mhm.
well. So I'm glad to hear they came of use in Greece, mate.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I was in Greece. I was by the pool and I was like, oh yeah, look
Yeah.
at at the beach, you know, crunching it out.
Yeah.
Um,
With your
and
tan. Love it.
yeah, got a tan at the same time. But speaking about tans, which is another cool thing about what you do, and I'm gonna just because I love to rant about you, and you know this every week because I just talk about how great you are, is that you bodybuild, which is a cool thing, and you've brought that into how you train, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I recently did a competition this year, and then prior to that, it was about 10 years ago when I did a competition as well. So
Yeah.
I've done a few
Mhm.
over my time. I wouldn't say I'm a seasoned
Mhm.
bodybuilder, but it's always been of
Yeah.
interest of mine. Just from where I've come from, you know, myself, I've lost. Geez, I want to say. Well, my heaviest I was about 120 kilograms, which is about 250
Okay.
pounds, and then at my lightest I've been about 80 kilograms, which is around about 180, I think. So, you know,
Okay.
70
Wow.
pound difference there.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I remember the
For me,
first
it was
time
a
you,
bit of a personal thing. I just wanted to get on stage and just
right.
have that personal achievement for myself. Yeah.
Yeah. And show
Hmm.
that you can do it and that you do look great. And because you, damn, you did. Yeah, I was like, yeah, you
Thanks,
go
man.
up there. The cool thing about it is because you just mentioned kilos versus pounds. The first time you told me how much I weighed, and I think you had said 130, and I was like, oh my God, praise the Jesus. I lost a
What?
lot of
Yeah.
130 pounds. Oh my God.
Kilograms,
And then
kilograms.
you're like, no, no, no. So sorry. We have a lot of work. You just started yesterday. You don't lose that much weight. I was like, this is
Well,
very true.
you're on the cusp of 100 kilograms. So I think you weighed 100.45 kilograms this morning.
Oh,
So
wow.
you're like almost into two digits from three
Is
digits
it two digits?
in kilograms.
Get
Yeah.
down to
So
the
we're
two.
on, it's a big achievement.
So I
Yeah.
think America should just change to kilograms because I like those numbers much better for the two
I think
digits
it's been
rather
talked
than
about. Yeah. The
yeah.
metric system.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Uh, yeah. And you know, I know you are a very busy guy, and my trainer is going to get very annoyed at me if I don't go to the gym today because I haven't gone to the gym yet. No, no, he never gets annoyed. He never gets annoyed. But he will be,
Never.
you know, because I love the cool thing with the app is you log every time you go in to work out, and you're putting the weights that you do, and you're
Hmm.
also entering your diet, what you're eating throughout the day. So then that in our meeting we do discuss. Well, you know, maybe you can eat more here or eat less here, and you know, I have to eat a certain amount of protein that you give me. So I made some protein because I was not there yet. So this is all
Nice. Yeah.
protein, chocolate protein, but
And
um,
that's how we find out we can change things,
yeah,
or maybe we can substitute or
mhm,
see if we can make some better options or better decisions. And your hard work of entering that data, like
mhm.
that's got to be praised because it's not easy to enter so
No,
much. And every time you have a meal, you know, enter in whatever you've eaten, making sure that it's accurate either through weight or measurement. Like that's a lot of work, and
Yeah.
I know because I've done it myself.
It is,
But that's why you've been successful, is because you do the work, and your results speak for themselves. You know, you've lost so much weight in a healthy amount of weight in a reasonable period of time, in a healthy way. So
Yeah.
it all comes down to doing the work, which is what you've done, mate.
And I think the cool thing about what I learned with you is that even in the 1 week, you don't get to record, say, 3 days. Like I was just at New York Comic Con for 2 days, didn't get to record 2 of the days. It's okay. You just pick right back up and
Yep,
you just keep it moving. Last week's failures become the next week's success. And I think I learned
100%.
all of that, through this process, which is pretty cool.
Yep, yep.
Um,
It's not perfection that we're striving
yeah.
for. It's just consistency.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And I was, a couch potato for so long. I was very, didn't want to go outside. I just wanted to lay on a couch. And now I want to go play tennis. I just picked up tennis. I might
yeah,
be picking up volleyball soon. And, I'm going out for more walks than I've ever gone out because of the energy that you gain from the diet plan that we've created, which is such a cool thing as well. Because
yeah.
I've
And
never done it before.
life has become that much
Yeah,
more
I've experienced so
beautiful,
much
right?
more. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
so much more of
And
life. Gone on hikes.
yep, I think that's important as well. Is we don't always feel like moving, and to
Hmm.
find the motivation to get up and do a workout
Hmm.
or go out and go for a walk or something. But
Hmm.
the interesting part is action actually creates motivation. So
Right.
if you can if you can drag yourself out of bed or off the couch to
Oh yeah.
at least start to get moving, that's when you start to gain a bit of momentum, and you
Hmm.
instantly, maybe not instantly, but progressively feel better.
Hmm.
And then just daily movement becomes part of your daily lifestyle.
Okay.
Is
Yeah.
always, always
Hmm.
implementing some sort of movement in your day, not always, going crazy with the training, but in some
Right.
way being active. Yeah.
Right.
And tennis, picking up tennis and
Oh
social
yeah.
activities is a perfect example of that. That's
So
great.
cool.
Yeah.
And you get to see the world more too. You get
Yep.
to experience outside and the
Yep.
air and
Beautiful.
animals that you've never seen before that you have to run away from. So you're getting exercise that way as well. I'm sure you have to
You
run away
reminded me
from
of that,
some
that
kangaroo.
hike that we went on in LA,
Oh my gosh, yeah, when we almost and I had to get on my butt down the whole
down the hill.
hill. Oh, that was one steep.
Yeah, yeah.
I had PTSD
Good
because I
fun
had
though.
to drive by it sometimes. I'm like, oh,
PTSD.
like, but I do want to do it again, see if I can do it fast, better
Yeah.
than the first time because that was right when I moved in. So when you come back to LA
Next
and
time, brother. Next
California, we'll
time
have
when
to
we're in
do
LA,
another hike. Yeah,
100%.
we'll have to get Jen from San Diego, get her over
We'll
here,
get
and
Jen up.
yeah,
Yeah.
the
We'll
whole
get
crew.
Mike
Yeah,
out. We'll get the two
Mike. Yeah,
mics or the three mics come
to Mike.
over.
We got so many
Um,
Mikes and so many Andrews and so
yeah.
that's
Too
why it's
many.
great about cosplay. I could call you Thor. The only thing that happens is when some people do more than one cosplay, then we got to figure it out.
Then you got
Because
to
then we got two Thors, we got two because you guys there's one of everything in Geek Fitness
100%.
and there's even anime too, guys. There's so many cool people that
Yeah,
do
we got guys
anime.
into anime. Yep.
Yeah.
We've guys into Marvel,
Oh
DC.
yeah. I think
Just
he's a fellow Greek that does the anime, lots of the
Tony. Yep.
Tony, good old
Tony
Tony.
loves his anime. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
We're so diverse. You know,
yeah, very diverse. Yeah,
it
which is
truly is
great.
awesome. It's an awesome
Yeah.
community. Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. And I think we could keep repeating that. But I do want to, remind everyone. I know if you've followed me, you guys know, and of course he knows because he hears me say it every week. I am on this journey to get into Superman cosplay ready for the Superman movie, which drops July 2025. I know I'm excited for the movie. I'm making him a Thor fan, excited for a Superman movie,
I'm excited.
and we are ready. Thank you guys. Thank you for, joining me. I think we'll have to do maybe a photo shoot if you come, and either if we do, red carpet or a screening of the movie, we'll have to do Thor versus Superman because, that's who would win in that. I don't know who would, I mean, I know who would win,
Oh.
but it would be cool to see if Superman's worthy enough to hold the hammer.
We might have differing thoughts on who would win, but we'll see.
Yeah, I know. I guess we're each biased, but look, I even got your poster up on my. Oh, where's the? I even got your poster up on my
Yeah,
on my
yeah,
wall. The Thor, I was prepared. I said I'm gonna
yeah.
put Andy up on the wall.
Mate,
um,
I'm grateful and honored, as I said, mate, to be on the journey with you. And yeah, thanks for having me
yeah,
on
of course,
your
and you're going to
podcast.
be at a con soon too, right? Just to wrap it
I'll
up,
be at,
and where can
yes,
people
yeah.
meet you?
We got Supernova Brisbane, it's actually Supernova's 100th show,
Oh
which is
wow,
huge. Yeah.
wow, yeah.
It goes over 3 days, so
Oof.
November 8 to 10, up in Brisbane, Australia.
Mhm,
Normally we have a 2 day convention in Australia. That's
mhm.
ours runs over two
Yeah,
days. I know over the US the bigger cons go over like 4 or 5 days, but
4 day. Oof. Yeah.
this Supernova Brisbane is the 100th show, so it's three
Oh
days:
wow.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, November 8 to 10, and we'll be there
Okay.
with the Gique Fitness booth,
Nice.
and
With your
we'll
own
be doing
booth,
the
right?
Thor Hammer Challenge. Yes,
Oh,
yep. A bunch of us
so you
will be
better
up there, so yeah, if you're around, you can
awesome.
come and join in the action.
The Australian Kryptonians got to go to the booth of Geek
Uh huh.
Fitness. Get
Uh
to
huh.
that booth, and that just leave what on if you could give us a tip because you just said cons are 3 days. It gets very tiring. Is there
Hmm.
any health and fitness tips you can give for those cosplayers, new nerds going to this con on what they should do to keep that energy up?
Yep, 100%. Have a really good solid breakfast that'll set you up for the day. If you don't get a chance to eat, which
Mm-hmm.
is pretty common because there's so much going on and so many meetings and things happening,
Yeah,
we often forget to eat.
yeah.
Have a good solid breakfast. Carry a water bottle. Keep hydrated.
Mm-hmm.
If you can, bring some snacks, but also
No
pace
snack.
yourself. You don't have to.
Do
You're
it
not
all.
going to see everything. You're not going to be able to do everything.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to be able to meet everyone. But if
Yeah.
you do pace yourself and take a little bit of time for yourself, like have a break, go have some lunch, have a snack,
Mm-hmm.
I think you'll probably prevent yourself from completely getting exhausted, um,
Mm-hmm.
and experiencing what we tend to refer to as the post con blues.
Post
I
con
think
blues.
because
Oh yeah.
it's so exhilarating, there's so much action going on that once
Mhm.
it's all over, we kind of
Mhm.
we tend to crash.
Yeah.
So what I've learned is if I just pace myself through those 2 or 3
Mhm.
days, you'll be able to make it through.
Yeah. And let
Maybe
me tell
not
you,
as exhausted
Kryptonians.
as you would be. Yeah.
And let me tell you, Kryptonians. Pretend he's not here, and we're just talking together. I went to New York Comic Con, and the next 2 days I got those blues, and I couldn't
Yeah.
wake up. I slept straight through. Didn't go to the gym, so I recommend you do what he says. And I should have done. Didn't listen, and it was those blues, man. Let me tell you,
They
they
get you.
hit you.
They get you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They get you.
Yeah.
But thank you again. Thank you for coming. Make sure you
Thanks, brother.
follow him on all his tags and give him a shout. Reach out to him. Join. Get in with the community. If you want to be a cosplayer, you want to look like Superman, then reach out to Andy. But
We've
thank
got
you,
a
man.
fantastic community, so anyone's welcome. And thank you, mate. Really appreciate
Amen.
it.
Bless. Bless it up. But yeah. All right. Well, thank you, man. Thank you. So